about to give you guys a overview what has changed with Veho, what you should know a year later. Let's talk about it. Less money. Before, a 4.5 to 6.5 route could run you about $100. Now it seems like they're taking a bite off of Amazon's bandwagon and making the offers lower. This video is for my Veho people that came and subscribed on this channel. I ain't leave y'all hanging. But I am back doing the Veho route today. Why? Because I fucks with y'all. A lot of y'all had asked me what it's like driving for Veho, and that video came out about a year ago. So things might have changed, right? So we're going to go ahead and pick up a Veho route today so y'all can see how things has changed in the 2024 version. They have since done a rebrand, and since I've worked with them in the past year in a different department, transportation department, things could look a little bit differently on the last mile part versus the transportation line haul route. So we're going to give you a nice little tour of what's going on with this route. I picked a route. When I first selected, it said 10:10 in the morning. When I selected the route, it gave me a ballpark range of like $89 to $110. $89 to $110, but once I got here and checked in, the price increased and also the hours increased. So that's different than what I was used to in the past. So I'm pulling up into the ramp area, and we're gonna see what's different, and hopefully nobody notices me from me working here a couple months ago. Look, we gotta do what we gotta do to get this truck money on, to get on the road rolling. Okay, you gotta do what you gotta do. Is every day is a hustle. All right, let's see what's different, y'all. This hasn't changed. You got your cart full of stuff. I got 44 stops today. The size don't look that bad. I was wondering if I could be able to fit everything, but it looked like I'll be able to. All right, let's do this. Okay, peoples, we are packed and loaded to go. The interface on the app is different. Seems a little bit more efficient. I'm gonna run the route based upon how it's plotted, seeing that I'm going from where the location is right now all the way down to Griffin, Georgia, and making this way down, which is cool for me because I live closer to, it's closer for me to get home via Griffin versus up here. So we're going to see how the drive goes and how the route optimization is this go around, because last year the route optimization was not it. So I'm packed up, let go. I'm gonna be in Hampton, Griffin, and 2 stops is out here, so that's a little interesting. All right, let's do this because I got to complete everything by 5:40, and it is I think close to 11 right now, so let's go. All right, there y'all, second day. Let's make it count. I'm back doing another route today. Today I'm gonna be in Atlanta. Yesterday I was in Hampton. I was in a couple cities yesterday: Hampton, College Park, Lovejoy, and Griffin, Georgia. And Griffin is more spread about. So one route, one stop may be, the next stop may be 10 minutes or 14 minutes away, but that's due to the terrain that's in Griffin, Georgia. One of the things I noticed that was different is instead of them giving you the actual price when you book your route, they give you a ballpark range. Working at Veho, I believe this comes from volume. We may expect volume, but volume may not show up on time, and etc., for them to sort through and put them on carts for routes and etc. So there's different things that could have happened regarding why the price may drop or your cubic feet may drop. Have you a vest, Make sure you have your vest so nobody think you're just a random person walking up to their house. You know, that's driver etiquette. The checkout, scanning your packages is so much more efficient. You get to see your list in box form. You've seen it. That's an update. So the update is you get to see when you select your route. When you select your route, you see a ballpark range of how much it could be between this number and that number. 2 hours up until you start your route, you're gonna see. But up until you pick up your route, then you will see your final number that you're going to get, and also the amount of cubic feet that is going to take up in your car. So my cubic feet today, I think is between 14 and 19 cubic feet, and the price stayed at 100 and something. I have a personal quota to meet. Things are almost done with the truck. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait till I get my truck on the road. Like, I'm gonna be so excited to get my truck on the road. I can't even explain it to you. What I'm waiting on right now for my truck to be on the road, y'all, my ELD, my DOT inspection, and my portion plate. These 3 things, oh my gosh, it's so annoying waiting for it, because I have to wait for other people to do their part before I can complete the remaining of it. But baby Dream is sitting right now until I get her on the road, and in the meantime I'm doing these Veho routes, just like, you know, make extra pushes to add a little money, you know, to what I already have. So, and I also like transportation, so I don't really have a problem. This is second nature to me. This is way easier than my years at FedEx, for sure, in comparison to lifting furniture day in and day out and organizing a whole truck. So this is a breeze. It wasn't bad. I finished, the route was supposed to be completed by 5:40, between 5.5 hours and 7 hours. And when I got here, it said it's gonna be 7 hours. So when the route updated, it said it was gonna be 7 hours. So I started around like 11:30 and I got done by 6 o'clock. I'm gonna see how long this route takes today. I'm in Atlanta. I'm familiar with Atlanta, Peachtree, West Peachtree area, so I hope I don't get a lot of apartments. It's more congested there and harder to find parking there. So hopefully I get residential. Fingers crossed I could deal with residential. I hate apartments because you got to find everything. You know what I'm saying? Find a leasing office if they don't, or find the customer. And if you don't find the customer, then you got to take it to the leasing office, and that's if they have somebody in the leasing office to help you. See, too much apartments. So I hope it's seamless. Here's a little tip. If you're driving on the road and whatnot, figure out which side of the street is the even side and the odd side. That will help you so much more with trying to find addresses. There we go. I am done with my route. 46 stops. Back at it with another one. Here's another tip. Something to keep in mind when you're doing Veho. You have a start time where you're supposed to be at the warehouse to start getting your packages. And once you're done scanning your packages, it will give you a approximate end time that you should be done. Here's the thing that you should keep in mind though. When you get to the warehouse and you check in, you have to wait to get a parking spot and also pack your car or park your vehicle. That is anywhere between 30 minutes and for me, an hour and a half, because they have to take some stuff off the route that was not on my route. So, yes, it gives you a time that you're supposed to be done, but that is not including the time that you are packing your car. Kind of reminds me when I used to be at FedEx. We didn't get paid for packing our truck, but we got paid for doing the route. Kind of the similar same thing that's going on here. Keep that in mind. With scanning your packages, an update that is new, if a stop has 2 packages, it will tell you that it has 2, 3, 4. You will see it at the bottom of your screen when you're checking in your packages. You will see something that says like 4-1 or 4-2. That indicates that there is 2 packages for that stop. The average amount of stops that you can expect with a Veho route is anywhere between high 20s to high 50. The route's start times range anywhere between 7 in the morning to 10 in the morning and up. And the times will change if that route has not been picked up by somebody. And sometimes that route price may increase as well. So just take a look at your market and see what is the price range that is going for different routes. Each route is different. I'm not sure how route pay is calculated, but my hunch is if you gather all the shipping costs for each package, it will equate to that amount of money. That's just my brain. I'm not too sure. So I tried to snatch the $100 loads because that's when it makes more sense for me to come out my house, or unless there is a closer county where I'm okay with making 80 something bucks, 90 something bucks for a route. So keep that in mind as well. I thought I was recording. I wasn't. Things that you need to bring with you on a Veho route is a safety vest, a marker, and a charged up phone. Safety vest because people's going to look at you crazy if you walking up to their yard and you ain't got no safety vest, but you got a package. You look sus. You look real sus. So make sure you have your safety vest. Make sure you have a marker so you can mark all your route numbers on your packages, because it will be so much easier that you know what stop that you're at and which. Just set your car up like Tetris with the markings, with the package number on it, so it'd be easy to grab and go. A couple days ago, when my phone was on like 20 something percent and I had about over 20 packages to go, that was not fun. So I had to sit and parlay until my phone charged. So make sure you have a charged up phone, because you want to go, you want to get to the business, you want to get to the money on, you want to get off. So if you can be prepared beforehand, even the better. Also, this is just my personal tip: have you a lunch. You don't know what it's like out here. You don't know what the day is going to bring. Hungry and all that. Pack yourself a lunch, because that's what I do. Because that's how I keep going. And get you some music to listen to, a podcast, a book, something just to keep you in that go mode, because you're going to definitely need it with dealing with this Veho thing, because every day is a different area, you know? All right, another one is packages. You go to select your route, and once you select your route, you will see the cubic feet in the corner of how much cubic feet is going to take up in your car in order for you to fill up your whole car with the packages. It's going to give you an estimate of how much cubic feet that is going to take up in your car. If you have cubic feet anywhere between like 20, low 20s, high 20s, whatever, your car is not going to be filled, depending on what car you got. Cubic feet is like 36, 37, 38. Your car is about to be maxed out. Most likely it would be a whole bunch of meal kits, because those meal kits and those food packages take up a lot of space. No kidding. So be aware of that to play Tetris with your car. It can very well make or break if you could take that route or not. Hey, the schedule for pay is still the same. You have 2 pays. You get paid 2 times in the week, on a Wednesday and a Friday. Look up the Veho. You can look on the Veho website, which it will tell you which days fall on payday, which days count in a payday. whether Wednesday or Friday. That would tell you which ones that you're going to be paid. Make that make sense for you. I like to do my routes at the end of the week, so I have like two paychecks coming on that Friday, 2 paychecks coming, one on Wednesday and one on Friday. So just strategize how you want to receive your money. You get paid the Wednesday and Friday. Also, they take out this thing called occupational insurance, which is like a couple cents per pay period. So they may take like $1 from each route that you do or something, or cents out your route that you do, just for like if things happen, for accidental issues, if accidental accidents that may happen on the route. So just keep in mind that they take a little bit of change from you when you are doing Veho for accident purposes. I used to work at Veho as their regional transportation coordinator. They closed out that role, and now I'm back doing the Veho last mile routes in the interim while I get my truck on the road. That's a whole different story for another day. I can't wait to be in my semi, but in the meantime, I'm hustling up money so I can have the bigger freedom, which I want is to be driving over the road on my semi with my daughter. Make sure you're able to get a route, because those routes go very quickly. Don't play, don't sleep on it. You better make sure your fingers are activated, because them routes are gone in a minute in the Atlanta market. Veho has renamed their routes. Instead of your route having the city where you're going to be delivered in, is now categorized by zones 1 through 7, at least for the Atlanta market. This is something that I believe that they're testing out to try to get more packages in a zone to be delivered, and to create concentrated areas for delivery. They tried something out where you would select the zone in the form of a Google form, what area that you would like to deliver in. Once you selected those areas, they matched it with routes. They matched it with routes that you could particularly run. They locked those routes in, and it will show up on your app on Sunday. They tried it for like a week. Don't know if it is gonna work or whatnot. I don't like it. I'm not fucking with the delivery zones at all. I liked it better when they had the city listed, so when the routes drop, we'll be able to pick the city that we would want to deliver in. But now they have the delivery zones. You don't know exactly where you're going to be delivering. It only gives you a map, and you just have to widen in on the map of what it is. And these zones are comprised of 3 or 4 different cities within that one zone. So you're going to be driving up and down those cities, not like you wasn't doing that before, but they are trying to zero in, I believe, on the areas and the packages that they have for an area and group them all together. And then additionally, less money. Before a 4.5 to 6.5 route could run you about $100. Now it seems like they're taking a bite off of Amazon's bandwagon and making the offers lower. I don't agree with that, because for wherever your saving grace is, if the Veho location is close to where you live. For my location, the Veho location is about 34 miles, and once you get there, you have to travel to whatever city. So if they're lowering the amount of money that they're offering their driving partners, the routes stay there longer, because nobody wants to. It's harder to get people who would like to go travel over 100 miles in a day for $68, for less than $100. It's the terrain out here. The economy is tough out here. People want their financial freedom, but it has to make sense. Would you run a Veho route for 5 hours for less than $100, for less than $90? What is your thoughts on the delivery zones, on them switching this up? I think it makes it a little bit harder for the driver partners to see them as an option with the switch up. Granted, I understand that business models have to change and they fluctuate according to the things that's happening in the world. Like the recent hurricanes had affected the Atlanta market, Helene and Milton, and had affected the Atlanta market in the Southeast. So I could understand for the times that those tornadoes were affecting transportation, that they had to increase the earning wages so people could snatch the route, and because of product sitting in the warehouse. I understand that, but now that things have leveled out a little bit more, they seem like they're gashing the wages for the offers for people to snatch up. It's starting to feel like it's not really worth it to do Veho as much anymore, or they have to incorporate another app. At first, initially, in my opinion, Veho was the go-to app for gig work because they were the highest paid ones. But now they're like seesawing and feeling and seeming like just like Amazon. What are y'all thoughts about this? What are the apps that you guys go to for gig apps to make money, quick cash? To make decent cash on your own time and on your own leisure. Comments. What do you guys like about Veho? What you don't like about Veho? And how has it changed your life, if possible, or if it has or has not? Why are you doing Veho? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate y'all. The previous video that came out, the first video that came out, has like 11,000 views. So that means y'all are out here trying to get to y'all independent money, that money on. And I ain't mad at y'all. Keep doing your thing. Keep striving. Keep believing. Keep hustling. Keep going and working towards y'all dreams, y'all. Until next time, holla, peace, ashe.